So welcome. In this video you are going to learn about basics of Android Studio. So let's get started. So first we are going to learn about the user interface, and anything that you interact with is a user interface, and it consists of various views like images, text view and buttons. So you all might have noticed all the apps that you daily use. It consists of images, text, buttons, edit views, etc. So today we are going to learn about how to make a text view, image view and buttons. So let's move on with text view. Anything that you see written or words, they are basically the text view. And over here you can see hello world. Now this is the output of this code written in the XML file in the Android Studio. So for developing the layouts of Android apps in Android Studio, you use XML file for the designing of layout. So how the code works is you use an opening angular bracket and then write text view. Now this language is case sensitive, so you need to follow the camel case over here, and then there is the various attributes of the text view followed by a backslash with closing angular bracket. So opening angular bracket, the uh, view name, that is the text view, the attributes, backslash forward slash with an angular opening closing angular bracket. So this is how you write the code. Now let's see what are the attributes of text view. Here are some of the attributes like layout width, layout height, and writing Android with a colon is necessary in Android Studio. So you need to write Android colon layout width equal to, you give a particular width of your choice, like over here I have given 20 dp, 20 dp height. Then text is hello world. If you change the value of text here, the output would change. Then text size is 50 sp, and text color is @android color slash black. So if you want to give black color, you need to write slash black. If it is white, you need to write slash white, etc. So moving forward about image view, anything that is displaying image is actually an image view. So image view have various attributes. Some of them are layout width, layout height, Android source. Now this would specify the source of the image file. @drawable is the default folder that is provided in Android Studio, wherein you store the images. Okay, so slash image is actually the file name of this image, that is image.png. And then you need to specify an ID. Now giving ID to a view is not compulsory, but a layout in which there are many views wherein you need to specify or point a particular view, then you need to give them IDs. Okay, so moving forward about layouts. Now layouts are kind of containers which contains two or more views. Okay, so uh, you can imagine layouts as a chart paper in which you are placing or you're sticking images along with writing titles or name of the images. So actually the big chart paper is your layout, and the images that you have stuck on the chart paper is the image views, and the names that you have written on the chart paper are actually the text views. Now, there are two types of layouts. Either you can use linear layouts or the relative layouts. Now, linear layouts, as the name suggests, if you want to align the views linearly in a row or a column, then you use linear layouts. So you can give orientation in linear layouts like vertical or horizontal. I would be talking about it after starting with Android Studio app. Then relative layout is wherein you need to fix or align a view in relative with another view. So let's see an example over here. Now you can see to the right side there is a pic wherein you can see a text view of hello world and an image view containing a happy birthday image. So basically what I have done over here is by using relative layout, I have written a text view, or I have given a text view with text ID text. Okay, so this is a text view which has value hello world, and then I have aligned an image view with the source image of happy birthday picture over here, and I have aligned it with respect to the text view, that is to the right of the text view. So if you want to specify the various views in accordance to a particular view, then you can use relative layouts. So basically relative layouts are nothing but when you want the views to be placed in relative to other views, then you can use it. So this was about relative views. Then let's move forward. Now let's see if you all can identify various views in this picture. Now this is figure 1, figure 2 and figure 3. So let's think about that, how many views are present in each of the figure and which are those views. Okay, so in figure 1 you can see there is only one image present. Okay, so the whole layout has only one image which is actually covering the whole layout. So there is one view and the name of the view is image view. In the second figure you can see there is a text view, that is hello world, which is to the right of an image view which is of a birthday image. So there are actually three views. Now which are those three views? One text view containing the value hello world, second one an image view containing the picture of a happy birthday card, and third is the relative layout. Now the layouts also can be considered as a view, so I'm counting the layouts as the views over here. Okay, so there are actually three views. So there is a hello world, that is a text view, and a image view inside a layout, which is a relative layout. Now over here I am having a image view. Upon the image view I am having a hello world. Okay, that is the text view. So this is a text view, an image view, and now the layout that I have used over here is the relative layout. So let's see how the relative layout would work in this case. Okay, so let's start with the Android Studio now. So when you open the Android Studio, that is double click on the Android Studio icon, you get this window. Then click on start a new Android Studio project, give the desired name, okay, and just press next. Now you need to choose the minimum SDKs. Now you can choose any one of these SDKs, but I would tell you to choose the minimum SDK, because when you develop an app, if it is developed in a minimum version, then there won't be any problem with the app working with the higher version. But instead, if you build an app for a higher version, then there would be compatibility problem with the lower version. It may occur. Okay. So always prefer to go with the lowest version and the minimum SDK. Okay. Then press next, choose MG activity, press next, and then backward compatibility, this should be selected. If it is by default selected, then it's okay. If it's not, then please select it and then press finish. So now our Android Studio is initializing. It says building Gradle, etc. So this is your Android editor. Now you can see, if it's not open, then you can see app and Gradle script. When you expand app, you have manifest files. This is Android manifest files. This basically tells you about your app, that is backups and icons, labels, etc. Then Java files are there, in which you have main activity.java files, and you have a resource file, and which you have a drawable file that I told you earlier in that image view thing. So in this file you need to import images if you want to use it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just click over here, I'll copy the path, and then I'll open a file explorer and I'll paste the path, enter. Okay, so I'm inside the drawable folder now. And let's say I want this pic, so I'll just copy it and I'll paste in this folder. So I have one image in the folder now. I'll take another one, I'll copy it and I'll paste it. Okay, so let's open the Android Studio now. Let's see the drawable folder. You can see there are two images over here. So now let's start the layout. So inside the layout folder, this is the layout file, that is activity XML, activity main.xml. So this is the default layout that you would be able to see once you open a new project. So by default it's hello world. This is name of your app, and in text view you can see there is only one text view. Okay, and now what we'll do is we'll add an image. Okay, by default it is a relative layout, so I would be adding an image view. So I'll write image view. Do not forget the camel case over here. And then I'll give by default 200 dp for like starting the width and height. Okay, and this 200 dp. So now there is an image with width and height 200 dp each. Now what I'll do is I'll describe the Android source. Okay, so Android source is equal to @drawable, that is in that folder. Now let's take the shark one. Now you can see in the device in the design part. So these things are actually for switching between text and designs. So in design you can see there is a text view now along with an image view which is below. So I'll just magnify it for you all to see. There is a text view, hello world, and an image that I've just inserted. Okay, so now I'll go into text. Now what I want is I want this image, okay, this image to be on the right hand side of the text view. So how would I do it? I would first give an ID, okay, for each view. So Android ID equal to @ID /, and then the ID is text for text view, and the same thing I'll give over here, but I'll give image. Okay, the ID cannot be same, it should be unique, so I'll give image. Now once I've given the ID, I can put the image to the right or the left side. So how would I do it? I'll just write Android, then layout underscore to right off. So I want to put it to the right off. So I'll just put right off. The ID plus should not be there, @ID text. Let's see this works. you can see that the image has been shifted towards the right hand side of the text. You can see over here actually, it won't be visible over here, but you can see in this, when you click this button, you can see over here it will give you that this is a relate, relative layout, okay, in the main activity main.xml, and there is a text view, that is hello world, and an image view. You can see the properties at the right hand side, okay. So you can see over here that the image view is to the right of the text view, okay. So now what if I want the image view to be covering the whole layout? Now if I want it to cover the whole layout, then I need to specify the layout width as match parent. Now what would match parent do is, it would take the whole width of the layout, okay. So your relative layout would be having some width, okay, fixed width. So when you write match parent, so the width of the image view would be matched to with its parent. Now what is its parent? The relative layout is its parent. So width and height would be match parent. And let's see. Okay, now you can see the image views width and height is actually match parent. Now I'll just remove this text over here because of that. Um, the width is not exactly match parent, so I'll just remove the text view for time being. So now you can see the image view is actually okay. So let's now start with the linear layout. Now the changes that I have done over here is, I've just changed the relative layout into linear layout. Then I have added Android orientation equal to vertical. Now this orientation attribute specifies whether to align the views vertically or horizontally, okay. So I'm given vertical. Then there is an image view that was there. Then text view, two text views and one button view. I'll just remove this part. Okay, the image view, two text views and one button view. So let's see the design. There is an image view, two text views and a button view. Just magnify it. Okay, so in the text, what I'll do is, I'll just remove this wrap content and I'll put it, say 50 dp, and height also 50 dp. Okay, height is 50 dp, and with this I'll take match parent. Okay, let's see the design now. You can see the width is match parent and height is 50. And in the same way, I'll change this also, put 50 dp, and the width is match parent. Okay, and image view also I'll change this to 50 dp, and the button is also 50 dp. Now all the widths and heights are equal, so let's see. Okay, I'll change this to with XY. Then I'll save it. As you can see in the design part. Now from the all the portion, like the total portion of the layout, each view is given, has been assigned equal proportion of the layout, okay. So now what I want to do is, I want to increase the proportion of layout given to view, that is image view. So you might have seen various news apps and all where the image is the main focus and it is larger, and the text view is comparatively smaller in a layout. So for that thing you need to add another attribute called weight. Okay, layout weight. I'll put it in equal to 1. So now I have given weight to image view. So image view should be larger than the other views. So now you can see out of the 100% proportion of the layout, almost 50 can say, but the button view and the two text view are 30%, that is 10% each. Then the image view is given almost 70%. Okay, so when you give weights to everyone, then let's see what happens. I'll give weight to image view and check. You can see now the image view and the text view with with id text 1 is given the same amount of proportion in the layout, and the other two are given different. Okay, so again I'll be adding weight to everyone. That means it should give equal amount of proportion to everyone now. You can see that's given equal amount of proportion to everyone. So let's just minimize it. Yeah. So this is how you actually use the use the different attributes to design the layout. I just don't want the submit button to be that big, so I'll just remove the weight from the submit button. I'll save it. You can see it in the design. So this is okay. So this was about linear layouts. Now this was like aligning all the views vertically. Now if I write horizontal, then the views would be aligned horizontally, like you can see in this. You cannot see anything over here because the complete all the views have been pushed towards the left hand side. So according to my design, the orientation should be vertical. Okay, so this was about the linear layouts. Now to declare a button, you just need to write button and the attributes, that is the width and height and the text. Now when you write the text, it won't you can directly write @string/submit, or you can just write the text like back button. So it's a back button, so the wording is back. Now you can see in the design there is a back over here, but the thing that I have written before, that @string/back. So you can also do it by placing the cursor on that black string and then pressing Alt plus enter, and then choosing this option, extract string resource, leave the resource name and the value and press OK, and you can see it has changed the text as @string/back. So this was all about the basics of Android. Thank you for watching.